What's up, my dudes? Check it out. I'm on that Dokomoto Shima Takashi Yamasaki, you know what I'm saying, dog? So, let's get in here, dude. So, I've never seen a game, motocross game anyways, quite like this when it comes to how people defend it, right? So, like, if I say anything remotely negative about the game, then people just blow it completely out of proportion and act like I just hate all arcade motocross games, or I just never want to see another motocross game succeed ever again, or something like that. I mean, I have never seen such extreme fanboyisms of a motocross game in my entire life. I've never seen anything like it before, dude. And this is what you call true fanboys of a game, because it's as if they can't admit that their game has any flaws to it whatsoever. They act like it's the best motocross game in the history of motocross games. That's actually how these people think about this game. And then they have the audacity to turn around and try to call me an MX Simulator fanboy. Sorry there, Pinocchio, but I don't think you actually understand what the real definition of a fanboy is. See, the difference between me and you is the fact that I have actually spoken negatively about MX Simulator. I've talking about how the graphics are lacking. I've talking about how the terrain deformation system is not quite up to par. I've talked about how some of the different simulator elements that you think would be in the game aren't really there, like a tear-off system and stuff like that. I've talked about how they've had problems with the server. I've spoken negatively about MX Simulator quite a few times in the past, but I've also spoken positively about the game quite a bit because there's a lot of positives to the game, you dumbasses. It's not because I'm just some kind of MX Simulator fanboy and I hate all arcade motocross games. It's just pitiful at this point. It really is. If you say anything remotely negative about the game, then, oh, you're just a simulator fanboy, or, oh, you just don't know anything about the game, or, oh, you know, they just can't accept any sort of backlash about the game whatsoever. They can't accept it. Hell, I think these people would be completely satisfied if they didn't improve the game whatsoever from the time they showed the very first trailer of it. If they just kept it exactly like that, these people would be completely okay with the game. Because all they care about is the fact that it's an official Monster Energy Supercross game and that you can play as Chad Reed. They don't care about the physics. They don't care about the gameplay. They don't care about anything else, dude. And then they try to say, well, you got to support these games out here because we don't get a lot of Supercross games and motocross games and shit. It's like, okay, stop pulling that card. That is way too fucking old, dude. I'm just saying. That's way too old. Why don't you man up and actually look at the negatives of the game? Sure, there are some positives of the game. The graphics look great. It's cool that you do actually get to go in there and play through the actual real-life Supercross series. But go in there and realize that there actually is negatives to the game. Stop acting like this game is just going to be the greatest game of all time and it's going to save the world and shit. It's like, good God almighty, you fucking idiots. Like, you don't even understand, man. It's the people that love these arcade games, that get passionate about these topics and passionate about the physics of it and passionate about how realistic the bike feels and all that kind of stuff. We're all just passionate about it. We ain't hating on it. We ain't just pissed off and don't want to ever have another motocross game succeed and shit like that. I've just never seen the blind defending of this game like I have with any other Supercross or motocross game out there. It is unreal. The blindless defendants of this game. I do not understand it. You know, it's strictly the title of the game is like driving people crazy. It's driving them crazy. They're losing their mind. It's wicked out here, bro. But I know they're trying to improve on it. I know they have the best intentions at heart. I know all this stuff. That's not why I get like upset at it or whatever. That's not even close to why that's the case. It's just I want to see better motocross games and supercross games all the way around. That's what I strive for. I want to see better in every aspect of all those things because I love these games, arcade or simulator. That's why I say what I say about it. It's hard to even talk about the game because you can be as honest and as like straightforward and as have facts behind what you're saying and the whole 9 yards, and you just got people out here that are blindly defending for no, I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. The amount of people that are doing that. Like, people just don't, they just don't get it at all. They're just so, like, it's as if they're just motocross fans that just want a game like this. Basically, they're not even really motocross gaming fans. They honestly aren't, or they wouldn't be thinking like that. If you were a true motocross gaming fan, you would care a lot more about the actual gameplay, motherfuckers. You wouldn't be over here fucking going crazy about just this little stuff. You just wouldn't be doing that. If you totally accept the fact of the physics being the way they are and the skill gap being the way it is, if you're okay with that, then buy the game, dude. Like, it's cool. You know, I'm going to buy the game, see how it is. I pretty much buy every single motocross game because that's just how much I love motocross games. But I'm just speaking as truthful as I can be. There's no maliciousness about it. There's no, like, I'm just trying to hate on the game, and I'm just, so many of these people, like, as soon as you say anything remotely negative about the game, then you're instantly a crybaby. And if that's the case, then wah, wah, wah all the way home, dude. But I'm just telling you as the consumer what you're going to be getting, as close as I can explain that to you. You know, just from what it looks like and all the motocross games I played, the simulators I played, and like the way bikes look when they come off of jumps, as far as like leaning left, right, movement, forward, backwards. It's not just about the whips when it comes to physics. It's about a lot more than that. How it looks in the corners, how stale the rider looks on the bike, in the air and on the ground, different things like that. It all comes together to, it's just going to be an average arcade motocross gameplay experience at the end of the day. That's just what it's going to be, man. So, either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.